Hey everybody, real estate. I'm not the real estate ninja. I'm the economic ninja. How are you doing? Hey, you know what? I actually want to talk to you about that today. Let's fix the hair. Sorry. So rude of me. The Real Estate Ninja is another channel on YouTube. My brother, I always confuse us. People say we look alike, but check him out. He actually put out a story today about Wall Street actually diving in and buying up tons of homes from home builders that are trying to, at least. Home builders are trying to offload them as they freak out, and they've got to put out abysmal quarterly earnings in the next quarter. So go and check that out, Real Estate Ninja. But I want to talk about real estate myself. I know it's not my forte lately, but Florida real estate is about to have a shockwave, and it is definitely from Hurricane Ian. You know, we've seen times like this before where devastating hurricanes have came through the state of Florida, the last one being in the early 90s, and it completely devastated not only the real estate market, but the perception of the home buyer. You know, a lot of people have been known to escape to Florida as a total escape because I'm going to be honest with you, I love their politics. I love their weather, minus the humidity, but I really do like their weather, and it is really cool to be attacked by a fly that's this big. But my point being is that people have used it as an escape. You know, we're going there for the great tax policies, the great government policies, and we're going to be able to live a lot cheaper than we did in other states, right? And the thing is that a hurricane comes through and it all of a sudden wipes out that rosy, perfect, thought in your mind of what Florida is. And you start to realize, holy cow, look at the devastation that just happened. And my heart goes out to everyone that lost their homes, lost a loved one, an absolutely horrible situation. But you know, the situation now that's going to come in the aftermath, the economic aftermath of Florida is very serious too when it comes to real estate. And one of those things is the insurance situation. Um, there are going to be people, I believe, that you're going to see here pretty shortly literally just walk away from homes because they can't get the insurance to pay for them. They're going to literally walk away. And that, yes, there's going to be opportunities, but there's also, I think, going to be a bunch of buyers that you would have jumped into Florida because now this is fresh in their minds, are going to go, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't buy there. And I quite frankly think that's not the right way to think, but there are a lot of people that do that, right? People are, normalcy bias is a sickness amongst many human beings, just because it happened today, it's going to happen tomorrow, right? And that goes for good times and bad times. And I think there are going to be a lot of people that are hesitant on now that we're making plans on going to Florida. They're going to hold off on those plans. Quite frankly, I have not held off on those plans. I'm not going to, but I think that you're going to see that damage the real estate market because you're going to have a smaller pool of buyers that once were, strong in the last few years are going to be pulling back severely to wait because they don't want that to happen to them, be a part of a hurricane. And again, I want to bring you these thoughts and ideas because it's interesting the way the human mind works when it comes to buying and selling, how commerce works, how economies build and collapse due to human emotion. That is all cycles are when it comes to anything, especially as it pertains to economic cycles. So I think that we're going to see a lot of damage there. As a matter of fact, and this is nothing like, Hurricane when New Orleans was struck, when the levees broke, I went approximately 10 years later after that, and the economy had still not rebuilt. The homes were still damaged because so many of them, they didn't have insurance or the insurance companies would not pay to repair them. And they were still completely destroyed with the X's on the doors from, FEMA going in, the search and rescue teams going in and searching them. Had not been touched since that day that the flood happened. And so I think that you're going to see places in Florida like that. And I think it's going to be very interesting in the next couple of years to see how slowly parts of it rebuild. Now, there are other parts that get rebuilt super fast. As a matter of fact, my buddy Rick is down there right now fixing homes already. That's what he does. He goes ahead of the storm and sells a special type of insurance. It's an interesting concept, a special type of insurance for businesses that insures them that they will get a contractor from somewhere in the country at an already set rate to immediately start rebuilding their businesses. I think it's an incredible business. I think I should have him on. Let me know if you think I should have him on and talk about what he does because they literally ship out before a storm and start selling these policies and say, look, you can guarantee that a work crew is going to be here the day after the storm ends. I'd never heard of anything like that, but a lot of people do not have that benefit. And I think it's going to cause real estate to become a little depressed in that state. We'll see what happens, you know. It's very interesting because that part of Florida, you know, usually does not get hit. There are parts of Florida this time, I mean, that usually do not get hit, you know, but for once every 50 years. And so rebuilding is going to be very interesting. So guys, I wanted to remind you about Real Estate Ninja. Go check out what's going on over his channel, because the idea that home builders are now freaking out and going to Wall Street and asking for them to buy up hundreds of homes at a time, I think it's very, very telling of how bad the real estate collapse is, because you'd think the big boys would have no problem just dropping prices, but to think that they want to hide these losses right now and try and shelter what's going on so that it doesn't exacerbate the problem, that tells you how big and bad this real estate problem is. All right, guys, that being said, I thank you so much for watching. The Economic Ninja is out.